starter. He can't be a starter at Arsenal. So he's coming to complement Ramsdale. But with Raya...
But why? Why are you getting a keeper to why? You've got Matt Turner.
We are selling Turner. Turner is not good enough. That's for sure. I mean, in the second leg of the Europa League, when we were knocked out by Sporting, he wasn't started.
But why are Arsenal, why are Brentford selling their first choice keeper?
Because he's got 1 year left on the contract and he has said he's not renewing the contract. So of course you have to cash in right now or lose the guy on for free. So it's now or never.
So what impact does he have when he comes on? What's the deal?
He has better passing range by far.
No. We are starting with. So he's coming.
Yeah.
Sanchez is coming. Is it Sanchez?
Raya
is coming. I keep confusing the two. My brain goes back to front. So Raya is coming. So first question, like we always ask, is he starting? Is he coming to sit on the bench?
Number one,
actually, let me rephrase my question. Who's better, Ramsdale or Raya?
I would say...
Hot seat.
I would say it's very difficult. If you look at the stats,
no.
If you look at the stats, Raya is better. But I would say because we've given Ramsdale a new contract, the number one shot, and he's okay, not too bad. I would go with Ramsdale first.
Chep, who's better, Ramsdale or Raya?
Let me attack it on a different angle. Let's say you have Ramsdale, the keeper that were with the team, Libeba team until you were second. It was working. I think he had a few.
Was it really?
He had a few.
We
It was
conceded
working.
how many goals? 43? Was it really working?
But is it only
your
the
defense
goalkeeper?
doesn't play well. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Is it the
So your
goalkeeper?
defense was terrible. Actually, the main reason why you conceded goals, quote unquote, you sat there a few months ago, was Saliba getting injured.
Exactly.
Quote unquote, you.
There is that, and there's the reason also. Ramsdale has been making quite many errors.
Actually, don't. But let me. Yeah, but every keeper makes an error like that. I don't know. You know. Football is an art. Football is an art. Alisson has made such an error. Ederson has made such an error.
Exactly.
Those errors are made. The great Peter Schmeichel made those errors. Petr Cech has made those errors. David Seaman made it in the UEFA Cup final in 1995 with the Naeem lob. So it's not like every keeper does those things. It's what makes them keepers. And did you read his thing on the Tribune?
Yes, I did.
Where he explained the way he's been forced to change to learn how to play and to push further up. Those things are going to happen. So I wouldn't want to place that and say, oh, he made, because it's not like he made 10. He's not the errors De Gea made. De Gea made several calamitous errors, like several big ones, like.
But as well, he made good saves as well.
Yeah, so it's not like he made
what
that.
I'm trying to
Anyway,
say,
The thing is, I think
what I'm trying to say is
yes.
this: why are you trying to kukoroga something that already is working? That's my point. Because you are bringing a player who is also he's good. How many did you buy? How much was it? 30.
Hawajakubaliana bado.
Price tag.
we tabled a £20 million deal on the table. But the thing is, Chep, in the preseason, for example, I know we.
No. I don't trust preseason stories. We refuse.
I know. It's something that we need to look at.
No.
Okay?
That Arteta is also looking at.
No.
That it's not. I'm not talking about the results. I'm talking about the performances of our goalkeeper. They have not been convincing, and he's made several errors game after game. I would understand where Arteta is coming from, and if you look at David Raya's distribution compared to Ramsdale.
So he's coming in to start. Is he coming in to start as?
I have a question. I have a question.
Sure.
So Arsenal have been unhappy with their goalkeeper in pre-season, but they've offered him a new deal, given him the jersey one. I'm quoting you. I don't know. Given him the jersey one, and then now they're unhappy after this. So now they're getting another one. Guys, what are we saying?
The new deal and the jersey one he was given before the start of last season, right? So we're looking at this particular time. You've given him the number one. You expected him to perform better, of which he hasn't, to the liking of the coach.
But where is this? He hasn't.
Because I'm assuming it's the coach who wants him. Not only preseason. I'm not.
Anyway,
okay,
guys, we are losing this conversation. Let me go back to my original question. Ramsdale or Raya?
I'll go with Ramsdale. I'll go with Ramsdale for the sake of, I talked to a few Arsenal fans asking them about this thing, and the idea was, we've seen it happen before. We saw it with the Banlendo situation when Ramsdale came in, and we know that Arteta is an aggressive guy. If at all he doesn't feel your performances are great, then he's going to bring in someone to push. And I think this is a scenario where he's bringing in David Raya to offer more competition. As Elijah said, Matt Turner wasn't enough of a good competition, and when he was given the chance, he didn't stand up. So with the drop-off of some few games where Ramsdale didn't look like himself, I believe that seeing another figure in David Raya behind him, he'll for sure stand up, and that's the answer to my question. Ramsdale will still be the starter for Arsenal.
Ramsdale or
all
Raya?
day, every day. Ramsdale.
Do not even bat an eyelid. You do not even wait for the question to end.
Because the thing is, based on what? He's good. Based on what?
The guy is the guy you've been with throughout the season, and you guys finished second. You want continuity. You can't come. And plus, you've given the guy the jersey 1 number. Come on.
Yeah, but if you give you the jersey one, the number 1 jersey, and
it
you're
shows
not performing,
it shows that you have confidence in the guy.
yeah, but if you're not performing, this is a business-oriented sport, man. At the end of the day, tuko hapa kwa sababu we want to win trophies. And Mikel Arteta said he wants to win.
Again, I asked this.
Yes. Another
But the
question maybe I
biggest
can work
issue
as
is-
well.
Yes, Chep.
In the Premier League at the moment, in the top clubs, how many number 2 goalkeepers kwa hizo top clubs are they sort of better, as you said, sort of better than the main goalkeeper?
None.
So the thing is, it was working. You have a goalkeeper who took you to second in the Premier League last season. He has every goalkeeper has an error in him and has that moment.
I do understand that.
But
for
unless
sure.
he's coming in and taking that number 1, it doesn't make sense.
I understand the whole idea of, let's give competition, but I don't think... I think you establish your number 1.
Yes.
And you leave him as number 1.
Yes.
I'll give you an example. When Liverpool signed Pepe Reina, Benitez made sure that Pepe Reina was the first choice. And he moved on. I can't remember the keeper who was second, but he moved him on.
Dudek.
Yeah, not Dudek.
No.
He moved. There was an English keeper. I don't know whether it was David James or who it was, but he moved him on. And he was like, I want him to stay as first choice. I can't remember which keeper. Like, Pepe Reina is my first choice and my first choice. I don't get... I get Chelsea getting Sanchez because Kepa is barely decent and like he hasn't quite hit the heights everyone thought he would when Madrid were chasing him, and there's no Mendy to keep him on his toes. I thought Ramsdale was pretty decent for Arsenal last season. I thought he was all right. Of course he can raise up. Again, he's a young keeper. He's 25.
Yeah.
I just don't get... I wondered, so first choice, this feels like the Brighton move, to be honest. I feel it's almost like, I don't want Sanchez, I want Steele. It almost feels like that.
Yeah.
It feels like the coach is about to switch things. But anyway, we shall find out when the season starting today. But the other one I wanted to point out for the Arsenal side so that we can move on from the Arsenal conversation. Jesus, another operation, another procedure.
It's difficult to understand what Arteta is going to do, to be fair, because he's getting rid of Balogun. Clearly he's not in his plans, but
I think he has to balance books somehow.
Yeah, somehow, but I think you should give the boy a chance, because you can't really rely on Jesus, can you? He's already gotten an injury. He'll hardly score more than 17 goals in a season.
But you have to
give or
balance
take.
your books now.
I think this is the opportunity for Kai Havertz maybe to try and...
No. I don't want Kai
Because
to play in that position. Maybe
So you
Trossard.
said he's versatile.
you
he's
guys said he's
versatile.
versatile.
But
He can make
yeah.
something out of it.
We've already seen that script, and it's a terrible
And
one,
you
man.
remember when I said,
Why?
I think a few weeks ago, that Arsenal need a striker.
But
You came for me.
Chep. Yeah, but Chep,
You
here's the
came
thing.
for me.
Here's the thing. Our number 9, Jesus, one of the best dribblers in the team. Him, Martinelli, and Trossard. All right. If he's not, scoring goals, he's creating spaces and for guys to come and score. All right. Okay. So our goals are distributed. So we have Odegaard scoring 15 goals, Martinelli scoring 15 goals, Saka scoring 14 goals. Trossard, of course, when he starts, he's gonna score. All right. So, and also Havertz, I think Havertz is gonna score more than 10 goals this coming season. Now, the only thing is that when we don't have Jesus, then we struggle. Yeah, I mean, last season he scored 7 goals. If he slots in, he's gonna score more than 10.
So before I read, people conversation. People are giving me reasons what's happening at Arsenal. Quickly.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to say that this happened last season, and they lost Gabriel Jesus for some time ahead of the World Cup, and they played 10 games. They played 14 games, and they won 10 of them. Yeah. And I don't know why we are not talking about Edin Ketia, because he's the guy next on line to get into that position. Probably he's the guy that gets in, but getting goals has never been a concern for us, especially drawing back from last season. And still, knowing that we still don't watch pre-season, there has been some time that Leandro Trossard has been used in that false 9 position. So if at all he gets the opportunity to play there, I think we saw it in one of the games against MLS All-Stars and also in the Barcelona game. He could be quite pivotal for them.
Now, Fabrizio tells me, Raya is Spanish from Barcelona at some point. Then Constant tells me, James Wokabi, let me remind you that Arteta signed Ramsdale after failing to get Raya. Was option B. Now Raya is available. There was a reason why Raya was number 1 on Arteta's wish list, not Ramsdale. And then Alex Kitonga tells me the Liverpool keeper you're looking for is Scott Carson. Let me see. There's someone who's Teddy's teammate is like he's called. I'm sure you know Shiveka.
Shiva, yeah.
And then Joseph says Sammy has given a better explanation of what's happening at Arsenal with goalkeepers than the Arsenal man. Ironically, short and precisely too. Elijah is all over the place. Joseph, Elijah amekosea wapi? Yo, what has Elijah done? Anyway,
I do not support having 2 number 1s.
You don't like this thing of one in Champions League, one in one.
No, it's 1.
I think 1 should
but
be 1.
But if you look at the stats, Raya is ahead of Ramsdale.
2 more things. Ramsdale isn't cool. His nervousness will transmit to the defense. Matasi at AFCON is an example. We need a calm keeper. I think Matasi at AFCON was just being exposed. I don't think it's and also because Matasi, for all his greatness as a Kenyan goalkeeper, he never had his basics right, and that's not through his fault. It's just where he learned his football. He learned his football in a crude place. Okay, the basics weren't done. So he's got all the physical attributes, but there are those basics you have to learn between the ages of 6 and 15. And I think, or 6 and 17 maybe. Yeah. In Kenya, we push it a bit to 17. But he never got it. I think that's the only problem. Because Matasi can save shots, but every time Matasi comes out of our cross, we all hold our breath and hope that something doesn't happen. Ball, And I just think it's the same way if a goalkeeper takes a goal kick very well in this country or is good with his feet, we all know where that keeper came from. Keeper came from Mathare. It was standard. When we were watching Kenyan football, sorry to digress, and a player controls the ball and looks up, we all knew. If you want to know a player who's been to Maisa, the way he controls the ball and looks up, you know, that's a Maisa guy. Same thing with goalkeeper. They are all very good with their feet. Go back to the good old days of Jackton, to Musalia, to Saruni, to Robert Mboya. He may not be a great keeper with his hands, but with his feet is very good because they were taught that when they were young. Matasi was unlucky. He never got that. So I'm kinder to him because I get the kind of thing he had to overcome. It's a bit like Omanyala and everyone. His start will never be great because we never taught him. And those things, you don't get them when you are 14, 13, 14. You'll never get them. Yeah, or me and my English, you know. Yeah, it can never sound like a group of schools because I was taught English in Kikuyu. Something like that. You get what I mean. Yeah, anyway, we wanted Raya before he signed Ramsdale, says someone else. Gashigwa says, guys, come on, Arsenal are about to sign one of the best keepers in the EPL. As for Ramsdale, I've got 5 EPL keepers who are better than him. Alisson, Ederson, Pope, Martinez, and Leno, respectively.
Leno?
Yeah, band Leno. I agree with maybe Alisson and Ederson. I'm not sure about Pope. Pope confuses me a bit. Pope is yeah? I'm not sure. I don't know whether I'd place him ahead of Ramsdale.
But also, Ramsdale's
I'm not sure.
Has been questionable.
I'm not sure. Anyway, Francis Carrero says Arteta is becoming ruthless. Ramsdale made several mistakes towards the end of last season. He has done it in pre-season. The manager is sending a message to him. You give me what I want or I will take your place. Ramsdale starts, but then we need competition. Then Arsenal have had 2 goalkeepers for a while, says Dominic. So a conversation going on and on and on. Thank you so much, guys. When we come back, we pay tribute to a keeper who's finally quit this game after many years of playing.